Hi, my name is Lori Beausoleil. I want to welcome you to the first video from my YouTube series that I'm going to start today. My plan is to talk to you about home learning. I'm feeling the call from a lot of parents and families that are quarantined right now with the coronavirus at home, and thinking that it's a good time for me to share what I have experienced as a teacher for many years, and then as a learner myself, and now as a grandparent. So I taught elementary school for 27 years, and kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. I want to make it clear that my teaching certificate here in British Columbia, Canada, is no longer valid. I've let it drop. And I actually left the school system a few years before retirement just because the way the system was working was no longer really feeling aligned with what I believed about kids' need for attachment and real life learning. I also have amazing, loving, talented friends who are teachers and who are still in the system and are making incredible differences in kids' lives every day. I just wasn't able to continue in the system the way it was, with my beliefs changing the way they were, and to provide for the individual needs of the kids in the way that felt right for me. But in no way am I saying that the school system and the people in it aren't doing amazing things. So if you're somebody who is interested in doing home learning with your child, that's a little bit out of the mainstream. If you are interested in the opinions of an experienced teacher with a passion for real life learning, but with an understanding of what school readiness looks like and what the expectations are. I won't be coming from the perspective of a present time teacher, but from an older person who has learned a lot myself, having been a student and having been a teacher and now being a grandparent to kids under 5. So I was a stepmom, not a mom myself, and I was lucky enough to have I still do have 2 wonderful stepsons, now grown with their own families. But I didn't enter their lives until they were in their teens. So my experience with my grandkids has been my first time with real children that I love and adore in a family way, seeing them grow from birth and into toddler world and now into going to school. So I have my perspective, and this is just going to be an individual person's perspective with a calling for supporting people in doing real life learning for themselves and for their kids. So I'm going to try and keep my videos really short. I'm going to try to keep them to 10 minutes, and I can be quite wordy, so that's going to be a challenge for me. I'm going to watch the clock. I've also included my email, and so if you would like to consult with me individually about your own kids, or with questions about the ideas that I'm presenting, then please feel free to email me and we can set up a consulting time and talk about a sliding scale of cost for that according to what you're able to afford, especially right now during the coronavirus. So what I'll just say first to start is that I'm aware that there's 2 sets of needs and a wide variety of reactions happening right now. One set of needs that I see are people that want to work with their children with school readiness things. So I'll be sensitive to that and provide some resource ideas as a retired teacher, though, not someone who is up to date necessarily on newfangled things, but definitely aware of what skills are at each level. And as you can hear by the ding of my texts coming in, I'm not a techie person. I have no idea how to turn that sound off. You can let me know if you know. So any comments under the YouTube video after this are appreciated as to what you need, and any emails around any ways I can help you. So my philosophy is around meeting the needs, the unique needs and creative needs and expressive needs of each child. And the way I believe we can do that, especially now in this situation where we're home and don't have access to a million different things to do per day outside of our families and homes, is to really delve into and explore our love of learning, what each of us loves. If you as a parent are sharing what you love to learn about, what you're interested in, and your child resonates with that, the very best learning will happen. That will include inherently the skills that you need for them to enjoy and be successful at school. Sometimes the kids don't enjoy what we enjoy, which is just a given. So what I recommend doing is starting from your child's interests and going from there. So I'll share in the videos to come different examples of that, what to do with that, and maybe even include some video interviews of other people that are doing that kind of thing if I can get people to talk about it. So as an example, when I was teaching in the classroom, even when I had 24 kids and was trying to meet unique needs, my favorite teaching times and the best times for the kids were when we were really addressing the things that they were fascinated by. I used the internet a lot. I used a lot of books. I promised that I would go away and research. They promised they would go away and research, and we'd meet again the next day with all the things we'd learned. We talked, we wrote, we drew, we painted, we acted things out. We went out in nature, we went out in the world. In this case, I know it's going to be slightly different how we go out into the world, but we can still, at least right now in BC, head outside into the trees and into the forest, as long as we're socially distancing from other people. That may change, and we may have to get a little bit more home-based in our learning. I have a child I know who is fascinated with Transformers right now. One example of a real-life learning thing would be to talk and write and read and laugh and act out and sing and do whatever you need to do about those particular things, including words and concepts that are more advanced than the age of your child and what might be addressed if we were doing skills-based in school. So, for instance, this child is fascinated with a certain transformer. I know I'm going to forget the name now, but that I think it's a rescue bot, transforms into a plane and into an ATV and into a hydrofoil. So you can start there as a springboard for so many things that you're learning about transportation in the sky, transportation on land, transportation in water. The word transformer, some kids who struggle with being able to read the words the or is, which are meaningless to them, can read the word transformer and can use the letters and sounds and parts of the word for that to read a whole gamut of other words that are meaningful to them. So you could start by printing out or drawing the pictures of those things and that transformer and spending time. Slow it all down. We don't need to mimic school. We don't need to do 6 hours a day of intense learning focused on skill and thing with a group in the same way when we've got individuals. Teachers are not lucky enough to be able to work with individuals as much as they want to. So when we've got this chance, let's not try to mimic group learning or skill-based learning only. We can do it by coming at it from both ends, from looking at the interest levels, the passion, what we love to do, and also working the skills based into that. And I can show you lots of examples of that. So I won't keep you much longer today, but I did notice there was a really funny YouTube, kind of desperate, a parent just ranting about distance learning that was starting now, where the parents were being expected to support school-based learning at home, and they just felt in over their heads. I know some parents will feel more comfortable with that kind of learning. So I'll try to address a variety of different needs. Those who feel comfortable with school, those who had a difficult school experience themselves, those who want to take the opportunity to do real life learning and to really enjoy this time with their kids in a very calm and flowing sort of way. So I think I said everything I needed to say. I'll be back regularly with 10-minute type videos, and I'll answer your questions as best I can and be available for video conferences or appointments if that's helpful in any way. Just double check. I think I've said everything. That'll be it for now. I'll introduce a little bit more about myself as I talk in further videos. Okay, take care, everybody. Stay safe and stay calm And this is a real opportunity for us to connect in a way that we've all wanted to, I think, in a long time. But I know it's difficult too. So lots of love to everyone. Take care. Bye.